Hey guys, welcome back to Universal Studios Orlando. Now I know what you're thinking, Sophia, you guys just finished the 3-part saga of the summer series, and that is true. But today we are not showing you what you can do here at Universal or what the park will look like. We are giving you tips and tricks on how to survive Halloween Horror Nights. And what better way to give our first tip? Bring an umbrella or a poncho. If you see behind me, that's what you'll see for most of Halloween Horror Night season. It is hurricane season. Actually, we just got announced that we have our first hurricane in the Atlantic. So come prepared. Bring waterproof shoes or shoes that you can change into if it rains. Bring a poncho, bring extra socks, bring an umbrella. And honestly, bring a poncho because rumor has it you might need it in the house this year. But more on that later. So let's try to beat out the rain and get more tips inside. Let's go. Next tip. That's right. We're still outside the park. So you're like, what other tips can you have? Get here early or get here late. Don't come right before the gates open, or you might not be this far back. You might be further along this bridge because so many people come for opening moment or opening ceremonies that happen right behind me. So if you want to check that out without thousands of heads and pretty tall people in front of you, get here early. Now, I will say I have seen people, especially for opening weekend, get here like at noon. You don't necessarily have to do that. It can get hot and sticky, but think about getting here a few hours early, get some drinks, get some refreshments, get some water, and just get here early. Or alternatively, miss that rush because everyone's gonna storm in and storm the first few houses. So if you come get some dinner or go chill at Islands of Adventure until like maybe an hour into the event starting, you'll walk right in. You'll beat the crowd, and you'll still be able to walk into some of the houses because some of them don't even open until 6 or 6:30 p.m., especially the ones in the back of the park. So keep that in mind when you're planning your trip. Next tip, you have made it inside the park or you're doing Stay and Scream. Choose your path wisely. You can either go down Avenue of the Stars and then to New York, where you will find some really fun houses. Or you can avoid the crowds of those houses that they usually have at the opening rush and go towards Hollywood and hit those back houses, maybe get some of the back scare zones first, get some food and drinks while also checking out the houses back there. Either way, you'll have a great time, but just choose wisely because everything's kind of spread out here, so you'll have to continue the path unless you want to trek across the park. New tip or trick for you, and it's actually new for everybody this year. There are no Stay and Scream locations this year. That's right, no more waiting in corrals for hours before even getting let into a line where you still have to wait in line to go see the house. This year, they're implementing something that they have been doing in Hollywood for the past few years, where you get a wristband if you have either a Stay and Scream ticket, or if you're an annual pass holder team member coming to the park and you have a day pass, you don't need to buy Stay and Scream as long as you have both tickets for AM and PM. Instead, you get a wristband at 3 locations: Lombard's, Minion Cafe, or Minions Blaster, the new Minions ride across the street from the old Minions ride. I think it's Villain Blaster. But that is where you'll get your wristbands, and then you can enjoy the park until the lines open at 4:30 p.m. And you can join whatever lines that are available to be open. They have not fully gave great detail about it yet, but I'll let you know. And you can go shopping, get food, go ride rides, go see shows, go do anything. You are not confined to a tight space. And I think that's a great tip. Next tip is, if you notice that there is a long line at one of the food booths, whether you want that drink or food, come back later. Lots of times people go and get the food immediately at event start. And honestly, the lines get shorter as the day goes on. But caveat, if there is an item that you think is going to be super popular, i.e. the Ghostbuster s'mores from last year that I never got to taste, that sold out almost instantly with everyone who lined up at the beginning of the event. So if there is a snack like that, you might have to brave the line and wait that entire time to get that snack. But those are very rare and few in between. Last year was the s'mores. We don't know the venues yet, so we don't have that option yet. But keep that in mind. They sometimes do sell out of food items if they are popular. Anyway, I'm flying away to my next tip. New tip unlocked for this year. The Tribute store has moved once again. And this year, they are using Sahara Traders. Now, if you go inside, you can see they have already rearranged their shelving to make way for better passage of crowds. I'm not entirely how it's supposed to work, not entirely sure. They also closed the arcade not too long ago. I'm guessing FNAF themed, but we don't know. This is very, very new, very kind of risky because Tribute store kind of gets crowded, but we'll definitely be back to check it out, but keep in mind, new Tribute store location. Next tip, as you can see, I'm in a deep alleyway. Now, most of the time, this place is safe. They have some food booths, cool decorations, but this year, nothing is safe. Everything is off the table. That is right. This year, with the Terrifier, we have a roaming Art the Clown, which is terrifying for me because I hate clowns and I'm terrified of the Terrifier. But we don't know where he'll be. He has permission to go into the 5 original houses, plus roam about. So some alleyways might not be safe, but keep your eye for a killer clown. Next tip alert. So this is kind of a double-edged sword. Now, if you only have one night for Halloween Horror Nights, it is your favorite event, you don't have express passes, or even if you do, don't waste your time on the rides. Either if you have an annual pass, go during the day. The lines during Halloween Horror Night season don't tend to be too bad. Or if you can afford to come to another day, take advantage of that. But, cameraman, come closer. The alternative. If this is your first Halloween Horror Nights and you don't like Spooky Ooky, or it is too loud because you know there's a DJ, or there's a clown terrifying everybody, ride the rides. They have virtually no wait. It is the best time to do it. They have the Mummy, they have Gringotts, they have Transformers in lieu of Rip Ride Rockit. So take advantage. But that is the two sides to the sword. And welcome to Halloween Horror Nights, Sophie's Choice. Not really a Halloween Horror Nights tip or trick, but I do like sharing it. If you don't want to go wait in line for a very long booth for a cocktail or anything, you can actually come over here to Finnegan's. Now, there tends to be a line here because the drinks are phenomenal, but if there's certain cocktails or mixed drinks or beers that you really like that you cannot find around the park, this is the place to check out. Cheers. Party foul. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I didn't see you there for my next tip and or trick. So it did start inevitably raining, like I said it would during the season. And so a place that you can take cover is here in Diagon Alley. And you don't have to miss any of the Halloween Horror Night stuff. That's right. This is one of the places where they have a roaming horde known as the Death Eaters. Book talk, this is for book talk only. Do not make it weird again. For the love of all that is good in Death Eater, don't make it weird. Anyway, this is a great place to either cool off when it's really, really hot because they pump the AC in Nocturne Alley. It's very shaded. Plus, where else can you see dragons roar fire? And encounter Death Eaters. Now, fair warning, if it is raining, sometimes they don't do all of their show moments, but that does not mean they can't come and look about. So make sure you have your wands at the ready. Don't make it weird. Have your death mark ready. Don't make it weird. And have a good time. Please don't make it weird. Tip number, I don't know, because I actually wasn't counting at all during this video, so. But this one's important if you want to come to Fear Factor Stage to watch Nightmare Fuel. Now, they have quite a few shows throughout the night. However, this is a show that tends to fill up to capacity rather quickly. So if this is something you want to see, make sure you schedule accordingly. line up ahead of time. Now, I will say, in the past, it's kind of been 50-50 if you have an accessibility pass, you know, the orange, gold, or yellow tickets. They don't always work here because there's sometimes miscommunication. They do have a wheelchair entrance because there are bleachers and obviously you can't go up with the wheelchair. But keep that in mind if you cannot do big crowds. Wait, try to figure out when to get here because there are crevices around here in which you can have your family or your friends build a wall around you to keep you safe, to keep you calm. If noises is something that bothers you, bring noise cancellating headphones. I promise you, you'll still be able to hear the music, the pyro and everything is very, very loud. The dancers are phenomenal. The Fuel Girls, fantastic, amazing. So it's a show you don't want to miss. Now, I believe this is the 4th year of Nightmare Fuel. So if this is your thing, it's a dance show, aerialist, gymnast, fire, come check it out. And if you have seen it, you know, get here early. If not, the only nightmare you'll be seeing is the denied line. Second to last, maybe, tip or trick. Take a notice of your surroundings. Right behind us, right by Men in Black, usually there are a few line entrances right here. Now the lines, well, they have a wait time, may be unpredictable. The house might go down for unexpected reasons, or it just might get longer. You never know. Or sometimes these houses in particular, because they're tend to flood. So if it's raining, they might get delayed. That being said, before you get in the line, if there is a restroom, use it. Don't be that person who goes in the line or has to leave the line to go to the restroom. It's right there. Right there. And so many of the lines have restrooms, including the 2 pop-up tents all the way in the back. They have mobile bathrooms there. They literally put them there. They have a functioning toilet, sink, everything. They are not porta potties. They are full functioning bathrooms. Take advantage. Don't get caught unprepared. For my last tip or trick, you know, besides, have fun. Dramatic music. Drink responsibly. Act responsibly. Don't hit the scare actors. Don't taunt them. If you plan on drinking at every single booth, have a designated driver. Stay on property where they have transportation. Please do not drink and drive. If you drove here and you overdid it, you can talk to security about leaving your car here overnight. They will not tow it. They'd rather you get home safe and sound without drinking and driving and picking up your car the next day. Please act responsibly. I cannot emphasize it enough. Florida is hot as it is, but right now we're in hurricane season. It is hot and humid and muggy and everyone is dehydrated, which means the more you drink, the more water and electrolytes you should be replenishing. So keep that in mind. And again, have fun. Experiment with new cocktails, new foods. They often have really interesting combinations that you typically wouldn't try. So give them a shot. You never know what you might like, and get home safe. All right, let's head to the front for our final goodbyes. Well, that's it for this video. We probably have hundreds more tips and tricks that we could have shared, but honestly, the most fun is trying to figure everything out while you're here, but we got you guys the most important ones to get you started, especially if you don't have Express Pass to cut down to waits, or you know, you don't have an RIP tour guide. The best thing I can say is enjoy every minute. Soak it up. And if you do not come at the beginning of the event, stay till 2 a.m. because you'll be able to get so much done. And vice versa. If you come super early, you might not need to stay till the end, or you might be able to do houses 2 or 3 times. You never know. And one of my favorite things about this event is every night is a different adventure. So have so much fun, have a spooky time, respect the scare actors. Book Talk Girlies is for you. For the love of God, don't make Diagon weird again. But have such a magical time. Magical? Spooktacular. No, that's also another park. Halloween-orific. That was horrendous, but scary enough. Thanks, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you want to keep seeing my face on your screen. Even if you don't want to see my face, please like, comment, and subscribe. You're still here? Well, then you can do me a favor. Can you catch how many times I slipped into an accent for no apparent reason and I don't actually know how I did that? Let me know in the comments how many accents you counted.